So if I look after me, I can look after those around me. So I used to work stupid hours in school, take work home, all that sort of thing. My children would shout, "Mum, please start looking after yourself." But I thought I was invincible. Everyone else was doing it. Why couldn't I do it? Well, I couldn't. I burnt out, didn't I? Twice, actually. And yeah, there's terrible shame attached to that. I have to deal with that. That's another choice I have. But actually, work-life balance is absolutely crucial, because if you don't take some time for you and invest in yourself, you're not going to be well. You're not going to do your best. And actually, all the research says, and this all contributes to our stress and to feelings of burnout, and ultimately possibly to burn out properly. So let's look at what we can do. I spoke to a SENCO, a special needs coordinator, this week, and she had done an enormous amount of paperwork. She had really gone over and above for this child and the family, handed it all in by the deadline, and the local authority didn't recognise it, didn't take it in on time, didn't agree to do what they needed to do, and the family was mad, frustrated, hurting, and they let it out at her. The school was frustrated because then there was no funding, the normal story. And this SENCO was beside herself with frustration and exhaustion and, frankly, anger, and just feeling so drained, and like all the work that she'd put in, no one saw it, no one seemed to care, wasn't recognised, no thank you, nothing. I know it's not why we do the job, but it's nice, isn't it? A bit of recognition. So she was screaming, literally. I don't blame her. I get that. I've been there. Life is tough, and things around us don't always go how we want. It may be at work. Things don't work, even when we put our all into it. And maybe at home, when things just aren't going well, for lots of different reasons. We all have that, don't we, at different times. And I know it looks like the people around you are all fine, but probably actually underneath, they may be looking like a swan, but they're paddling madly underneath. I think there's very few of us in life that go through without challenges. So the question is, what can we do so that we don't get more stressed, we don't burn out, and that stress doesn't sit in our body and it doesn't sort of get deep inside and cause burnout for whatever reason that is for you. So what can we do? I don't want to minimize the big things that you've got going on, but let me give an example of what has really helped me. So last week I was in and out of hospital, having tests for really quite considerable pain, and the doctors were amazing. I had hours in hospital on various days, and they can't find a reason for it. So they're calling it a virus. Yeah, I've got some more tests coming up and things, but the fact is I get sent home and the pain isn't as bad as it was initially, but it's not great. So I'm living with pain. Now, a lot of us live with pain, I know, but we have a choice what we do with that. So I was thinking this morning, can I get up? You can't look after those around you. I've had to learn the hard way that if I don't look after me, others have to look after me, right? So if I look after me, I can look after those around me. So I used to work stupid hours in school, take work home, all that sort of thing. My children would shout, "Mum, please start looking after yourself." But I thought I was invincible. Everyone else was doing it. Why couldn't I do it? Well, I couldn't. I burnt out, didn't I? Twice, actually. But actually, work-life balance is absolutely crucial, because if you don't take some time for you and invest in yourself, you're not going to be well. You're not going to do your best. And actually, all the research says that if you put in boundaries and take time for yourself, you will be more creative, you will be more productive, you will be more motivated. So it's slightly ironic that the more time you take for yourself in a good, balanced way, the better you'll be able to do your job. Whereas I used to throw everything into my job and probably didn't work very effectively or efficiently, wasn't productive. So what does that look like for you? What choice could you make today that would help you to take some time for you, to prioritize yourself? What does that look like? Is that a gym? Is that a walk? Is that eating a more healthy meal? A phone call with a friend? What does it look like for you? Is it a long bath with a book? For everybody, it's going to look completely different. So you need to recognize what you need, because it's really important that you start to do that and you have that choice. I haven't got all this right, believe me. I keep messing up. I keep having choices and I make the wrong choice. But then I pick myself up and off we go again, because tomorrow's a new day. So it's the holidays at the moment in the UK. Summer. It's even sunny at the moment. Time to start some new habits. Because even if you're in a really challenging situation, put in one new habit or decide to respond to someone differently today. Or start a new way of eating, or a new way of exercising, or a new sleep routine. Lots of different things that we can do. Because let me just give you a few statistics, because this is a bit shocking for me. So the NEA statistics say that nearly 55% of educators are considering leaving the profession earlier than they had planned to do when they started, because of stress and burnout. Okay? The American Federation of Teachers says 61% of their teachers emphasize the need for better support system because of their negative mental health. How is your support system? Here's another choice we have, right? If you're in a challenging school, you're not going to be the only one who's finding the workload difficult, the behavior difficult, the expectations difficult. Can you share with somebody? It's amazing what a bit of vulnerability can do. Do you have support structures outside of work? Do you need to work on those while it's the holidays? Build those relationships. When things get really difficult for me, and in the past when I've got close to burnout, I've tended to isolate myself. But actually, that is the worst thing we can do. We need to go and build bridges with people who can then walk through the mess of life together with us.